So our last award this afternoon goes to Roberta Eichler. The Advocate Award, which is what Roberta is receiving, is given to someone who serves as a role model in our community, someone who challenges those around her to become involved in volunteerism, in advocacy, and in philanthropy. All of those things are certainly true of Roberta, and I could, of course, stop right there. But that doesn't really capture the role that Roberta plays and has played in our community for many years. Roberta understood a very long time ago something that has become increasingly important to the United Way. She understood that perhaps the greatest single force for positive change in our community is our people. Roberta has served the Volunteer Center of Southwestern Connecticut in our community and our community for more than 20 years. Her leadership in expanding the capacity of the nonprofit sector, enhancing the quality of life in our communities through volunteerism is virtually immeasurable. She is an extraordinary example of the power of volunteerism, and who better to celebrate as one of our community's true advocates than someone who challenges people every day to get involved, stay committed, and work to improve lives. An anonymous author once wrote that, quote, "You have not lived until you have done something for someone who can never repay you." I see Roberta as the embodiment of that quote. Roberta, for your great leadership and your long commitment to making us a better community, we are very honored to give you this year's Advocate Award.
Thank you, Michael. Well, Brooke said they gave her 2.5 minutes. Gail told me 5 minutes, so. I'd like to thank the United Way of Western Connecticut for this award. I've been honored to serve the Volunteer Center for almost 22 years, working side by side with dedicated professionals to strengthen other nonprofit organizations and promote volunteerism in the Stamford region. By providing volunteers, training, advocacy, and volunteer recognition, we clearly have helped raise the awareness of volunteerism, as well as energizing thousands of volunteers. Thanks to the support of United Way, we have invested in technological innovations for matching volunteers to quality opportunities to serve. United Way is helping the Volunteer Center strengthen nonprofit organizations every day in the Stamford region. They help us provide online volunteer matching with our database through an annual grant that pays for our licensing of the online searchable database. I must also mention that another partner with our website is UBS. They've been providing funding for many years for our website for the administration of the website, which is very important. Our website is one of the tools we use to recruit volunteers. United Way helps support the workshops that we offer to staff and board members of nonprofit organizations. Our workshops allow agencies to gain the knowledge, the valuable information that they need to remain strong in this difficult economy. United Way helps support our annual Stamford Volunteer Day, where we provide public recognition to outstanding volunteers whose efforts support the Stamford community. Without a doubt, the growth of the Volunteer Center and the voluntary sector in our region has been based largely on the tireless efforts invested by United Way and my colleagues and board of directors, past and present. During our years together, we have experienced a great increase in the influence of our organization on the nonprofit community. When the Volunteer Center was founded in 1973, there were very few voices in the voluntary sector. Now there are many. United Way and the Volunteer Center consider ourselves driving forces in a very large parade. I feel that I received this award today because I am fortunate to have worked at the Volunteer Center for over 2 decades. The Volunteer Center has been my life's work. and I want to share with you some important facts about this fine organization. In the 38 years since the Volunteer Center was founded, we have referred over 500,000 volunteers to nonprofit organizations, resulting in at least 1.5 million volunteer hours contributed to the community. We have offered over 2,000 workshops, providing training for 40,000 agency staff and board members. Through the Volunteer Center's Back to School Clothes for Kids program, 717 children in need have received school outfits and school supplies. We've organized 87 volunteer recognition events, honoring nearly 2,000 individuals and groups. Through the Volunteer Center's item donation program, we have distributed goods valued at over $300,000 to agencies in need. Through our court program, we have placed over 7,000 court program clients and agencies, contributing more than 400,000 community service hours to agencies in need. The Volunteer Center has also significantly elevated the level of workplace volunteering. Today, many local organizations have volunteer programs. Our Workplace Volunteer Council encourages employee volunteers and engages them in rewarding group projects, such as our recent Business to Books Readathon at all the Stamford Public Elementary Schools, and our summer reading partners at Yearwood Center and CTE. During these years with the Volunteer Center, my life has been deeply enriched by the many friendships that will continue to endure long after our work together comes to an end. I'm honored to have contributed to the growth of civic engagement in the region, and you can count on me to be an ambassador for United Way and the Volunteer Center for years to come. Thank you all so much.